The red light on the camera was still on when Lily pointed at me in front of 8,200 people and said, "This is what I mean. He can't stand that I'm finally becoming bigger than him." I was standing in the doorway of our spare bedroom with 2 paper bags of Thai takeout in my hands, still wearing my work badge, because I had come home early to bring her dinner before her first major sponsor stream. Her moderator was watching. 2 brand reps were watching. Thousands of viewers were typing so fast the chat looked like rain. The ring light I bought made her tears look perfect. The microphone I paid for caught every shaky breath. On the desk beside her was the Veil Beauty sponsorship agreement, with her name circled in blue ink. Under production assets, it listed the camera, lights, microphone, editing suite, cloud storage, studio internet, and the pink neon sign behind her that said "Dream Big." My name was nowhere on it. Then she looked into the camera and said, "He keeps threatening to take everything away if I leave." The chat exploded. Lily turned to me and screamed, "You're holding me back." I set the food down on the floor and said, "Then go." Her smile twitched for half a second. Just long enough for me to notice the second phone face down near her keyboard, still glowing with a message preview from Grant. It said, "Make sure he reacts on camera." Before I explain why that one message cost them both more than the sponsorship, subscribe if you like stories where receipts matter more than tears. I didn't unplug anything right then. I didn't yank the router out of the wall. I didn't walk into frame and defend myself like people later said I should have. The truth is, I froze. It is a strange thing to watch your private life become content in real time. Every quiet thing I had done for Lily was being edited, live, into proof that I was controlling her. If I asked about rent, I was financially trapping her. If I reminded her to read contracts, I was limiting her business. If I said strangers could not use our apartment like a warehouse, I was isolating her. And if I looked hurt while she said all of that, the chat called it guilt. Lily and I had been together almost 4 years. When we met, she filmed makeup videos on a phone propped against a cracked dresser mirror. I worked in IT, so helping her felt natural. I bought the first camera, then the light, then the microphone. Later, I turned the spare bedroom into a studio, upgraded our internet, and paid for the streaming software. She always said she would pay me back when the channel earned more. I said not to worry yet. My mistake was letting "not yet" become never. When her channel started growing, she built a cleaner story for her followers. She was a hardworking woman building everything from nothing. She was independent, self-made, brave enough to chase a dream. When viewers complimented the setup, Lily said, "I built this little studio from scratch." I told myself it was harmless branding. Then the truth started disappearing inside the relationship too. 3 months before the sponsor stream, Lily started talking to Grant. He called himself a talent manager. He had a polished website, 3 small clients, and the kind of confidence that makes insecure people feel chosen. The first time I saw his name, it was in an email on Lily's laptop when I was trying to print a shipping label. Her inbox was open on the screen. Grant had written, "Your audience already senses the boyfriend is a problem. Lean into that carefully. Sponsors love a liberation arc." I stood there staring at the words, "liberation arc." When I asked Lily about it, she laughed like I had embarrassed myself. "It's branding language," she said. "You wouldn't understand." After that, small things changed fast. She removed my backup admin access, changed the streaming software password, and stopped letting me see sponsor emails. When I asked why, she said, "Grant thinks it's cleaner for business." I said, "Cleaner for who?" She rolled her eyes. "See? This is exactly what I mean. You make everything feel like permission." A week later, my card was charged for a full year of the streaming suite she used. I asked her to transfer the money since she had just signed an affiliate deal. That night, she posted a story that said, "Sometimes the person closest to you is the one most uncomfortable with your growth." I woke up to texts from mutual friends asking if everything was okay. She started doing late-night streams about outgrowing people. She never said my name, but she would glance toward the hallway if I walked by. Once, while I was washing dishes, she told her viewers, "Some people only support you when they can supervise you." The chat knew who she meant. Then Jenna, her main moderator, messaged me privately. "I don't want to get in the middle," she wrote. "But Lily said you're threatening to shut her down if she leaves. Is that true?" I stared at the message for a long time. "No," I wrote back. "I've never said that." She didn't answer. A few days later, Lily used our shared work tablet for stream notes. It stayed synced to the sponsor calendar and notes app. That tablet became the thing they forgot about. The night before the sponsor stream, I heard Lily in the spare bedroom practicing. At first, I thought she was testing audio. Then I realized she was repeating the same sentence with different levels of crying. "He keeps threatening to take everything away." Pause. "He keeps threatening to take everything away." Softer. "He keeps threatening to take everything away." I stood in the hall with my hand on the doorknob and did nothing. By then, I was already doubting myself. That is how manipulation works. It only has to make you unsure long enough to keep you quiet. The sponsor stream was a product launch with Veil Beauty. Marissa, their partnership coordinator, was watching from a verified account. Grant was watching under a private handle. Lily had told me to stay out because she needed professional energy. I went to work. I came home early with her favorite dinner because some stupid part of me still wanted the night to go well. Then I heard her crying through the door. At first I thought something had gone wrong. Then I heard my name. "Evan says he supports me," she told the camera, "but every time something good happens, he reminds me what he paid for." I stopped with the bags cutting into my fingers. Then she said I had threatened to shut down her internet if she left. I had never said that. Not once. When I stepped into the doorway, she looked almost relieved. That was when she shouted, "You're holding me back." I said, "Then go." The stream ended 3 minutes later. Not because I touched anything, but because Lily cut it herself and posted that she was not safe enough to continue. Within an hour, clips were everywhere in her corner of the internet. People tagged me. Someone found my old Instagram and commented under a photo of my sister's baby, "Tell your brother to stop abusing women." That was when the shame turned cold. I opened the router app and changed the admin password. Then I secured every account that was actually mine. Internet, cloud storage, editing software, payment method, insurance, and music license. I did not touch her channel. I did not delete her videos. I did not log into her personal accounts. I only secured what was under my name. Then I took screenshots of every receipt I could find. Camera, microphone, desk, lights, capture card, monitor, streaming software, graphic overlays, cloud storage, internet upgrade, paid ads, even the custom neon sign behind her that said "Dream Big." I put them in one folder and named it Studio Receipts. The next morning, Grant emailed me. "Evan, in light of Lily's disclosure regarding controlling conduct and threats to restrict access to her work tools, I advise you not to interfere with business operations connected to Lily Hart Media." I read it twice. Then I noticed the attachment. It was a revised sponsor asset sheet for Veil Beauty. Under studio ownership, Grant had written, "All production assets are owned or controlled by Lily Hart Media. No third-party boyfriend or domestic partner has operational authority." I sat there looking at that sentence. Third-party boyfriend. That was what 4 years of rent, cables, dinners, late-night troubleshooting, and credit card charges had become. I replied with one sentence. "Please send me a written inventory of the property you believe belongs to Lily and the basis for that belief." He did not respond. Lily did, from the couch. "Are you seriously emailing my manager?" "He emailed me first," I said, "because you scared everyone last night." I said 4 words. "You threatened my career." "No," I said. "I stopped pretending I don't know who paid for it." She looked at me like she had expected me to apologize by then. That was the first time I saw panic under the anger. For 2 days, Lily spoke to me mostly through posts. In one video, she said she was rebuilding after emotional sabotage from someone who used gifts as chains. On the 3rd day, Marissa from Veil Beauty emailed both of us. The sponsor agreement included production asset claims, so she needed a video call with Lily, Grant, and me before the campaign could proceed. Lily came into the bedroom holding her phone like a weapon. "You don't need to be on that call," she said. "My equipment is listed in the agreement." "It's not your equipment. You gave it to me. Then show the receipts." Her face changed. She said, "You're going to make me look bad over money?" I said, "No. I'm going to make sure nobody signs a contract using property they don't own." The call was at 1:00 a.m. Lily wore her serious pink sweater. Grant appeared from a white office with fake plants. Marissa looked calm and tired. I sat at my kitchen table with my laptop, a glass of water, and the studio receipts folder open. Lily started strong. She said she had created the studio from scratch. She said I was angry because she was leaving. She said I had used financial support to control access to her tools. Grant nodded the whole time. Then Marissa asked, "Evan, can you clarify what items you are claiming ownership of?" I shared my screen. I didn't make a speech. I opened the first receipt. Camera. My name. My card. My email. Serial number matching Lily's setup sheet. Lily said, "That was a gift." I clicked the next files. Microphone, lights, capture card, streaming suite, music license, business internet, cloud storage, equipment insurance. Grant stopped nodding. Marissa said, "Lily, do you have documentation showing these were transferred to you or to Lily Hart Media as business assets?" Lily blinked. "He bought them for the channel." "That isn't what I asked," Marissa said. There was the first silence. Lily's voice got smaller but sharper. "He knows I can't work without them. That's why he's doing this." I opened the second proof. The tablet messages. Not all of them. Just the ones that mattered. The first message was from Lily to Grant. "If I frame this as him restricting access, people will understand why I need to separate fast." The second was from Grant. "Good. Make sure the stream catches his reaction. Sponsors need to see you as the talent, not him as the operator." The third was from Lily. "Jenna will delete comments asking for receipts. Men look petty when they post proof." Marissa read them without changing expression. Grant looked down and started typing, probably to Lily. Marissa asked, "Lily, were you instructed to create a public conflict during a sponsored live stream?" Lily said, "No, it wasn't like that." Grant said, "This is being taken out of context." Lily was trying to protect her brand. Then Lily made the mistake that ended the campaign. She said, "I had to do it that way because if I asked him first, he would have said no." Nobody spoke. That sentence did what no paragraph from me could have done. It proved she knew there was something to ask for. It proved she knew the property, access, and story were not simply hers to take. Marissa said, "Veil Beauty will not proceed with a campaign based on disputed assets, inaccurate ownership claims, and staged personal conflict. Lily and Grant, you may not use our brand name in any further content about this matter." Grant leaned forward. "Marissa, let's not be reactive." "This is not reactive," she said. "This is brand safety." Then she turned to me and said, "Thank you for providing clear records." The official truth landed there first. The receipts showed ownership. The messages named Lily and Grant. Lily's own sentence exposed the motive. But the public reversal happened that evening. In the same place where her lie had spread, Lily announced a live stream called "The Truth About Being Silenced." She posted a crying selfie, tagged Veil Beauty, and wrote that she would finally explain how financial abuse hides behind generosity. I didn't plan to watch. I had already packed the camera, microphone, capture card, and lights into labeled boxes, emailed Lily a pickup list, and told our landlord that business guests needed both tenants' approval. But Jenna messaged me 5 minutes before the stream. "I'm sorry," she wrote. "I should have asked for proof before I helped delete comments. I'm correcting it tonight." At 7 p.m., Lily went live from the half-empty studio. She used her phone propped against a stack of makeup palettes because the camera was already in my box. The red light was smaller this time, but it was still there. She started with the same trembling voice. "I never wanted to make this public," she said. Then Jenna pinned a comment at the top of the chat. I was told Evan threatened to sabotage Lily. Today I saw records and messages that do not support that. I am stepping down as moderator. The chat froze, then exploded. Lily's face changed. Before she could recover, Veil Beauty commented from its verified account under the stream. Veil Beauty paused the campaign after documentation showed inaccurate production asset ownership claims and undisclosed staged conflict guidance. Please do not represent this as a sponsor-supported disclosure. That was the second silence. Lily tried to laugh it off. That's a corporate statement. They're just protecting themselves. Then Marissa commented from her personal verified profile. Lily, you were asked directly whether the live stream conflict was staged. Your answer and the submitted messages made the issue clear. Please stop implying otherwise. Grant's private handle vanished from the viewer list. Someone in the chat wrote, "Did you tell Jenna to delete comments asking for receipts?" Another wrote, "Where is Grant?" Another wrote, "Did Evan actually own the equipment?" Lily started talking faster. You don't understand what it's like when someone makes you feel like you owe them everything. Then Jenna wrote one more message. Lily, did you tell us he controlled your bank account? Because Evan showed one screenshot proving sponsor deposits went into your separate account. Lily reached toward the phone, missed the end stream button once, then hit it with her thumb. The live ended with her face half lit by the ring light she had borrowed from a neighbor. Her mouth open. No tears left. That was the moment the story turned. Her Discord went quiet first. Then the apology messages started coming in. One mutual friend wrote in the group chat, "I owe Evan an apology. I repeated something I did not verify." Marcus, who had avoided me for a week, posted, "Evan did not owe us private receipts. Lily made it public first. 2 people apologized. 1 didn't. That told me what I needed to know." The practical collapse came next. Lily tried to stream the following morning like nothing had happened. I was in the hallway, taping a box labeled audio. She sat at the desk, opened her laptop, and clicked the streaming software. It asked for payment. She tried the cloud folder. Access denied. She tried the music license. Inactive subscription. She tried to connect through the static IP listed in the sponsor package. Gone. Not because I hacked her. Not because I deleted her channel. The paid accounts were under my name, card, and email. I exported her raw files to a shared drive and canceled my services. She came into the hallway shaking. "You shut me down." I lifted a coil of cable into the box. "I shut my accounts down. You can't just take everything." "I'm not taking everything," I said. "I'm taking back what you called a chain." Her face went red. "You left me no choice." There it was again. The sentence people use when they want you to feel responsible for the thing they planned. Grant disappeared first. His website stopped listing Lily as a client. 2 other creators removed his name from their bios after one of them asked me whether the staged conflict screenshot was real. I sent one screenshot. She replied, "That's enough." By the end of that week, Grant's agency partners page was gone. Veil Beauty sent a formal cancellation notice for the campaign. Not a dramatic legal war. Just a clean cancellation with one line that made Lily cry in the kitchen. Failure to provide accurate ownership and production disclosures. Lily posted one more video. She said she had miscommunicated about ownership because everything had been emotionally blended during the relationship. The comments did not go the way she wanted. People asked why she told viewers I threatened her. People asked why Grant told her to catch my reaction. People asked why she signed a sponsor sheet listing equipment she could not prove she owned. She deleted the video after 40 minutes. Her mother called me that night. "Do you really want to ruin a young woman's career over a camera?" she asked. I said, "Ask Lily why her career needs a camera she says was used to control her." She hung up. After that, I stopped taking calls. Everything had to be in writing. I changed the apartment Wi-Fi password and gave Lily the guest network while she was still there. I changed the lock on the studio closet after she tried to take the camera at 2 a.m. and called it hers emotionally. I told her if she believed any item belonged to her, she could send a receipt. She sent none. Lily moved out 11 days before the lease ended. She took her clothes, makeup, laptop, phone, and brand samples. She left behind the Neon Dream Big sign because, technically, I had bought that too. I found it on the floor of the studio after she left, unplugged and facing the wall. A month later, she tried one last lie. She posted a short statement saying she had been financially silenced and that I had withheld shared creative property. This time I didn't respond. Marisa did. From her personal account. Not the brand account, she wrote. The campaign was paused after documentation showed inaccurate asset ownership claims and staged conflict guidance. Please stop implying otherwise. Lily deleted the post. That was the last time she tried to attach my name to her lie. The update now is simple. I still live in the apartment, but the spare bedroom is not a studio anymore. I sold part of the equipment and kept the camera because I didn't want its last memory to be her turning my kindness into evidence against me. I put the desk by the window and turned the room into an office. No neon sign. No fake tears under pink LEDs. No manager in the background trying to turn a relationship into a brand campaign. Lily emailed me once after that. The subject line was, "We both made mistakes." I didn't open it for 2 days. When I finally did, it was exactly what I expected. She said she felt trapped. She said Grant pushed her. She said she panicked. She said she missed who we were before everything got complicated. She never said, "I lied about you." She never said, "I planned to use your reaction." She never said, "I was willing to let strangers attack you so I could keep the studio and the sympathy." So, I replied with one sentence. "Please communicate only by email about remaining property pickup." She didn't answer. Tell me in the comments. Would you have exposed the receipts during the first live stream? Or waited until the sponsor saw the lie clearly? The red power switch is still under the desk. The first time I pressed it after Lily moved out, the room went quiet, in a way it never had before. It was never just a camera, a microphone, or a studio. It was my boundary. And the day I turned that red light off was the day I stopped paying to be the villain in someone else's lie.